What's good? What's going on? This is Terrell Jackson, and I'm essentially going to talk to you about how I lost everything as far as material wise. No cap. But, it's not really about focusing on what you lost. It's about being aware of what led to that loss or even processing the lessons that came from that loss. And that's more important because once things come and go, people come and go, but once the lessons and the wisdom comes, that's not one thing we should want to go. You know what I mean? We don't want our lessons of what we've endured to essentially be non-existent. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, that's the main thing. I lost a lot, but I never lost hope. And like I tell people, where there is faith, there's hope. Where there's hope, there's faith. Where there's no faith, there may be no hope. And where there's no hope, there may be no faith. So the main thing is it's okay to lose things. It's okay to have a reset, have a setback. And that's really one of the things that I've become pretty good at, is being able to shift gears, being able to reset, being able to elevate, after essentially starting over with nothing. I did it after college, and for those of you who know my story, an abrupt end to a illustrious career. I did it after, leaving school, returning home. Then I transitioned, had a reset, moved to a different city, an entirely different industry, one with which I had no experience, and I was able to be successful. And, even in addition to that, I've been in a situation where I've essentially, even during that, I've been in a situation where I've essentially restarted with nothing. Because I had the old hustle mentality where you get you accumulate a certain amount of assets as far as vehicles, maybe gold, just valuable physical things. And then when times get tough, you sell them off. And so that's a hustle mentality that I had. And so now I realize, okay, we got to move beyond that. We got to get to sustainable growth. We have to get to a place where I'm not always starting over from scratch. Because everything I do at this point affects other people. And so at this point, it's not about what I lost, because I literally did lose everything. I had to sell my motorcycle, sell my car, sell my jewelry, sell stuff out of my storage. It's like, it gets frustrating after a while. But here's the thing. Not focusing on what I lost, focusing on what I gained. I gained the ability to have essentially a framework to be able to show people and get people who are going through what I went through to be able to transition quicker, to be able to have the downtime less. You know what I mean? To not go through years of regret, years of pondering, months and weeks of just wasting time trying to pass the time caught on what happened in the past, but not putting a plan together to go for it. That is what I'm helping people to avoid, essentially, because I lost everything, bro. I mean, like, you talking about money, I'm talking about tens of thousands of dollars, just because the mentality that I had was keeping me on a certain level. And the only thing that shifted is that I finally got the right perspective. I finally put together the correct day-to-day practices. I finally had my accountability come from a righteous angle and still kept my vision for what my life can be and what it's turning into. And so that's one of the things that I ultimately want to help people with. But if you're out there and you lost everything, you lost a lot, it's okay. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. Just continue to press forward, continue to go for it, you know, and here pretty soon I'll be able to offer you some tools and some insights and essentially empower you to be able to make those transitions and reawaken that version of you that doesn't settle. Reawaken that version of you that's more disciplined. Reawaken that version of you that's, you know, more financially responsible and it has a little bit more breathing room and that's moving toward the freedom that you really desire. So with that being said, it's Terrell. Appreciate your time for today and peace.